This is the Honestly Sis podcast, newsletter edition. Boom, ba-da-dum, boom, ba-da-dum, boom, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hey, friend, wherever this podcast may find you, I hope that it finds you in great spirits. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome if you are new. My name is Honest Am. I am the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, now a podcast where we talk all about normalizing the spiritual journey. And this week episode, I'm so excited about it. This week episode, we are going to channel about the social media and figure out what our guides, ancestors, and guardian angels want us to know about it. If you are new here, let me just let you know I do use God and cusses in the same sentence. And I believe that you can find God talking anything. I frequently quote movies, TV shows, like anything that would get the point across. I'm the type of person who feels like Inside Out is the most spiritual movie that has came out in years. So that tells you everything you need to know about me. As y'all can see, I'm in a good mood. I am gearing up to go out of town to Alabama to go to a family reunion. My dad just called me last night because my cousins want to take me to a pool party in Atlanta. So who knows what's going to happen, but I'm very excited about it. But before I left, I said, nope, I am committed to my schedule. And so I am here to give us a newsletter before we leave. So I hope that, your summer went well and that your fall is gearing up. Nice and cozy. So let's go ahead and get into this week episode. Now, as I told you before, I like to do the activations starting off with a word or a hello. Okay. I'm just making sure. Y'all, full disclosure, I started this recording and I was like talking for like 20 minutes and realized I could not hear myself. So let me just go, give me 1 second because I am trying to charge my phone up. And let me just make sure that I am actually recording. You can hear it. 1 second. All right, we're rolling. Okay. I need to calm down. But I'm just so excited. I just feel good. I hope that y'all feel good as well. So let's tell you a little bit about the flow of the episode. I'm going to start off with a quote or just like a passage from All About Love by Bell Hooks. This is a book that I read last summer. And I really understand why they say you should read history because for so long I thought I was like, I'm going to be the only writer that's talking about love proudly and that's going to be a soldier for love. And then I read All About Love and I'm like, girl, ain't nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. And so I'm really excited to read this passage because I was this week when I was meditating about this episode and trying to figure out the flow and, do I just want to go straight into the channeling or should we get a quote? And for some reason, it pulled me to this book of All About Love, which is definitely plans I have for Honestly Sis. I really want to do a book club, and this would definitely be one of the books that we would talk about because it talks about a love ethic and it talks about just really the transformational power of love. It gives you a definition for love. But the passage that I want to focus on, and I didn't even get far. It was just, first of all, if you're watching this live, make sure that you go to our www.honestlysis.com. Join our mailing list. That's how you get to know when I'll be going live so that you can join me and get to see my beautiful face. But if you are ever curious to be like, what does this girl look like? If you go on www.honestlysis.com, if you go on our offering tab, it will actually direct you to our YouTube channel, where these video versions of these episodes are posted every other week. And so if you're curious, ever want to see it live, you can check it out. But if you look at it, I have like so many pages marked. I was highlighting like crazy. Like, I love this book. It's like my Bible right now. And so the passage that I want to focus on is from Harold Krishner, When All You Ever Wanted Isn't Enough. And this is talking about the youth in 1990, but I feel like it is still so, even more so prevalent today in 2025. And the passage goes as follows. I am afraid that we may be raising a generation of young people who will grow up afraid to love, afraid to give themselves completely to another person, because they will never have seen how much. I'm gonna start over. I am afraid that we may be raising a generation of young people who will grow up afraid to love, afraid to give themselves completely to another person, because they will have seen how much it hurts to take the risk of loving and have it not worked out. I am afraid that they will grow up looking for intimacy without risk, for pleasure without significant emotional investment. They will be so fearful of the pain of disappointment that they will forego the possibilities of love and joy. And I feel like this quote, I put this quote for this social media episode because I genuinely believe that, although just like in our last week episode, if you didn't listen to it, make sure you go back and check it out. But just like in our last week episode, we know that there are, there are benefits to social media. It has done amazing things for our society, but it has also done a lot of harm. And I'm starting to see it just within, I'm watching Big Brother is one of my favorite shows. And every summer, before it used to be such a strategic game. And now it just feels like there's just a bunch of people who have no desire to learn the history of what they are investing in. They just show up and look at, and the thing that they most recently happened is what they think is popular. I guess, let me explain that. So Big Brother is a game of social strategy, and they put in all of these different people from different ages and different walks of life, and they put them into, this house where they have hundreds and thousands of cameras on them. And I'm noticing that it seems like we are getting more and more people who, especially when they are the younger cast, who, even though they're getting this opportunity of their lifetime, they're joining a game that has been around for literally 25 years. They do not take any effort to learn the game, to go back and watch old episodes. Like, they just show up and be like, I'm just gonna do what I do. And wow, last season it was very exciting. This season it is like, it's frustrating, because it's just like, why would you not do research for a game that you are about to play? Like, if you were about to pick up any game, you will read the instructions and you will see, oh, well, how do you play this? Like, how did you play this before in the past? Like, it's so frustrating. And I'm also noticing that nobody wants to be honest with anybody. Last season we had this whole thing about unrequited love and people having crushes on people but not wanting to tell them and wanting to act mad. Like, it is just mind blowing. And it feels like, as advanced as we are as a society when it comes to technology, and maybe not even, Japan is really living in the future, but it just feels like, even though we are so advanced, it feels like emotionally and mentally our society is regressing, and it is scary to see. And so this week I'm going to go ahead and and do this episode to do the get pull some channeling to see, well, what do we need to know about social media? How do our guardian angels and ancestors and guides see social media? How could we be using it to our best advantage? And so the flow of the episode is going to go, I'm going to pull some angel cards. We're going to dive into the tarot. I'm gonna get one tool first to use because I don't want us to get too convoluted. That's my problem. Sometimes I can do too much. And then I'll wrap it up with a work your like oracle. Okay. All right. Let's get started. And if you are interested in joining, or if you would like me to start a Honestly Sis book club, if that's something that interests you, please send me an email at honestlysis@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you, or you can just drop it down in the comment section, or wherever you are watching this video. All right. So before we go, I thought I bought these. I could have swore I bought. All right, one last thing. I could have swore I bought mine. Over here. I made me some. I read this book, my book of juju, and she gave a recipe for a prosperity spray. And I kind of freaked it out a little bit and did my own thing, but I'm excited. So I may start selling some of this type of stuff, but right now I'm just, testing on myself and see how it goes. So I have everything. Let's go ahead. No matter where you are listening to this podcast, if you are driving, you can just take a deep breath. I don't want you to put your hand on your heart or your stomach because we want safety first. But if you are listening to it and you just have a moment and you are in a safe space, maybe put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time. One last time. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Center yourself. Just allow yourself to take in this information. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, I come to you as humbly as I know how to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be able to connect to people in this way. Thank you for giving me these gifts. Now, dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, beings of light, you know who's going to see this video. You know who's going to find this podcast. You know whose timeline this may come across. I ask that you please deliver the information to us and through us. Please give me the guidance that I need to have. I ask that you allow no doubt and confusion between me or the listeners. Allow this message to reach who it needs to reach. I move myself out the way and I say, any beings in light, you are grateful to come into this space. We welcome you in here now. Please give us the guidance to help us become the alchemists of our lives. In God's name I pray. Ashe. All right, let's get to it. Dear our guardians and ancestors, what do we need to know about social media? How can we use it to promote more love? How can we Be the change that we want to see in the world. Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the listener's mind. 3 cards only. In God's name we pray. Ashe. Y'all ain't gonna believe. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe. 3 cards exactly flew out the deck. I can't wait. I swear to you guys, I'm going to invest in the camera so that I can start getting some angles. But also peeking up at me is this card of education. So that's like a bonus. So whatever we're saying, matter of fact, I will take that. Wherever we're saying underneath it all is education. Education. And so the 3 cards that came out, our main focus for this week is intention. Intention. I love this so much because with this card of intention, there is an angel. Looks like it's taking a swing on a golf course and it is going towards a flag. And if you've ever played golf, I actually love golf and I played, learned in high school. I actually need to play more often. But if you know anything about golf, you know that golf is all about going through great distances. And so you may not be able to see the flag at all times, but you have to hit your ball in the direction. You have to set your intention, set your focus, and just hit your ball in the direction that in the direction of the flag and hope that you get closer there. And the other beautiful thing about golf, which I'm really I'm getting something here now, is this idea that you have to play wherever that ball lands. And so with this card of intention coming out and we're talking about social media, it says to me that you have to use this tool with intention. If you are going to if you're going to carelessly use it, then you're going to get careless results. I think about like all the times where you really don't know what you're doing and you're just hitting it and then the ball is like off into the marsh and you have to actually hit it off of that. Or I don't know, I'm thinking about Happy Gilmore, how he always is hitting it in the sand dunes. And it's like, that's not your intention. You don't want to be in these rough parts, but it is your job to come out of the rough part and to get yourself back on a path. And so I feel like when it comes to social media and this word of intention, it's just telling us to use it as a tool, use it as a tool to help us get closer to our goal. And it's not about us putting so much focus and time and effort on making sure we get the audience, because that's the thing. You can hit the ball, you can have the perfect swing, but after you hit that ball, it's between God and logic about where that ball is going to land. And so I think when it comes to social media, we also have to take that approach. Like, as long as we make sure our intention is right, as long as we set our goal about where we're going or what we want to use it for and put all of that goodness into it, we just have to put it out there and just trust that it's going to land where it's going to land. And the beautiful thing is, unlike golf, we don't have to, when people want to take our content and use it for dirt or want to just be messy for it, you don't even have to go into it. I remember I had made this post about Nicki Minaj on Twitter. Lord, why did I do that? And like the barbs were like under my comments and like they were like saying like the nastiest things. And at first I had kept it up and then I'm like, why the fuck am I keeping this? Is my page. And then I just deleted it. Like, no, this is not the place. This is not the area. I'm not interested in that. And so I'm actually really loving how that's going. It's saying like you need to just set your intention. Relax is in the middle of this relaxation. I think a lot of us can have like a doomsday mindset about it. At least I can. I know I can. I can be like, oh my God, like this is, I'm seeing how social media is infecting Big Brother and I'm seeing how social media is affecting how people are not in relationships or how people feel like they have like all of these options. So why settle? And I'm just like, I feel like our angels and our ancestors with this card in the middle, it's like, relax. You don't have to focus on that. You have to keep your intention on what you want to use social media for and what you hope that to get out of it. I think when you think about when you say, "Oh, social media is feeding into the battle of the sexes," or all these niggas with podcasts, they're coming out into the real world. It's like we are making that reality. Our words are spells. Our words are speaking this into reality. And so I really feel like it's saying like, don't even get caught up in all of that. Like, use social media for what you want to use it for. If you just want to use it to chill, to relax, to watch cat videos, then fine. Like, you don't have to get all into the politics of it. You don't have to get into the true crime of it. Like, you can just use it for what you want to use it for. It really is all about your intention. If your intention is to build community and to bring more like-minded individuals around it, then guess what? You're going to get that support because that is your intention. But if you don't have any intention, or if you're just using it willy-nilly, I think that is where we get all of this chaos. I think when I was doing all this research about social media, one thing that I found in the research was that they were comparing social media to when TV came out, or when, when we start, when they went from like having just talking radio TV shows to actually TV shows. And then they started having movies. And remember how they used to have this debate about, oh, well, what is doing more harm to society? Is it movies or is it media? And it's like we're always going to have technological advances. We're always going to have these things that can either support us, or they can harm us. But it is about us getting the education underneath it all. It is on us to educate ourselves on what we're using this for. What is your intention for social media? Are you just using it to just go and spew hate into the world? Then guess what? You're going to get all that hate right back to you, because I do believe the energy you put out, whether the energy you put out virtually, mentally, spiritually, like that shit comes back to you. And so you can't be a troll online and think that your life is going to be peaceful. No, like if you are a troll online, you be a troll in real life. And I want us to understand that we have to stop saying it's just social media, because social media is just a reflection of the society. Social media is just nothing but another form of society, just in a digital landscape. And so you have to set your intention about what you want this new territory to be. How do you want your digital self to show up, and relax about all the other things that you cannot control, because that's not your job. It's really truly not your job to worry about what's going on or how other people are using it. All you can do is set your intention and use it in the best way that you can use it, and just be the light that you want to see in the world, and relax and not focus so much on, oh my God, this is doing harm. Oh my God. Because I do feel like there is something about with this relaxation in the middle. I feel like the I don't want to be this person, but I just feel like the powers that be are using social media to like fuel this state of anxiety, to fuel this state of panic, to fuel this state of helplessness. Like, I just don't. And that was another thing that I was looking at when I was doing research. I do not believe us as human beings, we're supposed to constantly see so much death, so much, like, we're not supposed to take up so much of each other lives. Like, I don't think that that is actually natural. And so I do believe that the powers that be is using this tool to help, fuel this helplessness, to fuel this thing of fear, so that you can stop love, so that you can stop possibility, so that you can stop going after your dreams. That's why the guidance here is set your intention, relax, and know that support will be on your way. Educate yourself. Use this tool to educate yourself, either about your goal, either about yourself. Like, you have to use this tool while we still have it. Because I do feel like Just from how everything is going, it may not be here for long. Angel number 2430. All right, so let's go ahead and get some tarot to just further clarify this message. All right. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, clarify this message. Ooh. Ooh. I didn't even. I'm not. I'm going to just leave this here. But this justice card just tumbled out. Like it just tumbled out. I do feel like with that justice card coming out, I do feel like it's something about social media being the great equalizer. I'm hearing like it is the great equalizer. All right, God, clarify this message of intention, relaxation, support, and education. What do you need to know about social media? How can we just use it for our good and not worry about all the bad that is going on in the world? How can we use it to get more support and to educate ourselves about our intentions and about just relaxing more? With that card of relaxing, it's like I do feel like for some of us it's like you need to use it to get inspiration to chill, like the Tracy Ellis effect is what I'm getting. All right. mm, that's interesting. Now that is interesting. Okay. What? Oh yeah, this deck must be okay. Very interesting. Huh. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so what came out? So the first card that came out was the Justice card. And so Justice is all about literally balancing the scales. It talks about people getting their just due. And so there is something about about social media that I said is like the great equalizer. It is helping certain people get there. Oh, that makes sense. It's helping people come out of the trap of it's helping people come out of the trap of capitalism basically. It's like now you're no longer and remember, I think that was why really they wanted to ban TikTok shops and all those different things, because people are using social media to create uh their own businesses, their own economical systems. Social media has literally changed the way that we get information. Social media has literally made it to where network news is not really relevant anymore. We are in a free media space where somebody on the internet can have just as much impact and mainstream success as someone on network television, maybe even more, and they're pocketing all that money. And so this is where, when I see this justice come out, I'm seeing the Joy Reeds of the world. I'm seeing the Don Lemons of the world. You know, these networks thought that kicking them out of their jobs was going to harm them, but actually what it really did was gave them more of a platform, and actually it's empowered them more. Yeah, it's something about that. It's something about it reminds me of just like how, these universities say, okay, we're not teaching the African American courses anymore, and these professors say, okay, you're not teaching it no more, but that don't mean I'm not teaching it. And they went and they got on platforms like Substack, and they're out here teaching whole classes with tuition where you can go in person or you can do it online. This is the great equalizer. The other day I was watching, so I was on my social media timeline and I came across this video of a snake eating its own tail. And I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is visually, it's disturbing a little. And so I was journaling about it and I was like, wow, I really feel like America is like America and the MAGAs of the world and Captain Orange. Like, they are literally the snake eating the tail. Like, they think they're doing all of this to, weaken society, to, give more money to the rich. And it may do that in the short term, but overall, justice is coming. We are about to, we are at this place where I've been saying, I've said it on my YouTube channel for a very long time. We heard it all the time. The last shall be first. And that is literally happening now. And social media is actually a big component to that. That's why our guides and ancestors are saying just set your fucking intentions and lead it to victory. I think so many of us, we're so smart, and that's the beauty. That is like the gift and the curse of being a human. It's our mind, because we are so smart. We are like using social media, and we're trying to outwit it, and we're trying to do this, and we're trying to get with the algorithm, and we're trying to do all of these things to bend it to our will instead of just trusting that our intention is enough. Because God say, I'm God everywhere, digitally and in real life. Like, I don't, the funny thing is, like, people were like, well, do you think God don't use the internet? Half these people wouldn't have jobs if that was the case. You think God is limited? You think God is like, as soon as you get on social media, it's like, oh, I can't do shit. I can't help them. Oh man. He's not limited. He uses every single tool at his disposal. And that is how you're supposed to be. Social media is a tool that can help you get to justice if only you would use it right and not get so caught up in the bullshit. A lot of us is like, a lot of us is so focused on the comparison of social media part of comparing ourselves to our classmate, to comparing ourselves to this random bitch we never met before in our lives, but it's all the way on our timeline. Like, the comparison of it all is getting you lost from seeing the tools. It's getting you from seeing that, oh, this is literally just a tool. And if I wasn't so focused on this bitch that I didn't even know, I could focus on myself and I could actually create the thing that I want. So I could end all these sleepless nights. That's the problem. We're using it wrong. Oh, that's kind of fun, right? Like, we're just using it wrong. It's not meant to be this device to, inundate ourselves with news or with all of this bad stuff so that we feel down and we feel depressed and we don't feel like we can do nothing. No, it is literally these tools to set up the societies that we said we want to see. So many of you guys said, oh, I want to be with like-minded people. I want to be with like-minded individuals. But yet your timeline looks nothing like the people that you say you want to see. That's not going to lead you to victory. That's going to just lead you to that's going to lead you to more sleepless nights. And I think that's why in the beginning, in the middle of this, it's like, relax. Because you're using it wrong. You're using it to compare yourselves to somebody that you don't even know. We don't know anybody's journey. We don't know what anybody has done to get what they have. And if you look at any true crime, any 2020 special, any fucking true person on YouTube, it'll show you that 9 times out of 10, these people who are posing and who's saying that they live a quote unquote, this goal setting life, 9 times out of 10, they're not really living it like that. One thing, the best thing that I've learned when I was with my mentor is that people who really got money, you would never fucking know. Cause they not like bling bling. They're not like I'm around yesterday. Like they're not like that. Like they're just regular ass people. I used to be with my mentor all the time, and we would just be in restaurants or we'll be in Target, and it'll just be this regular ass person that just looks so normal. Nice little old lady. My mentor, hey girl, hey this. I'm like, oh, who that? Oh, that's the president of the bank. Oh, that's the CEO of such and such. Oh, that's the. And I'll be like, who are you? Like, like it's just like, wow. People who really got it like that, you would never know. I was just at an event last weekend with literally millionaires. And she's just the sweetest little thing in the world. Family come from so much money, but she's just so sweet and telling me, oh my God, you're so pretty. How are you doing? How's everything? Because when you really got it like that, you don't have to announce it. You don't have to flaunt it. It goes back to my theory about people who have to show their quote unquote love and their quote unquote amazing relationship. If it was so amazing, why you got to tell us about it? You see what I'm saying? And so, with this intention and the Six of Wands being here, the Six of Wands is all about victory. And so, that's why our guardian angels and ancestors are saying just set your intentions and allow it to lead you to victory. Let's not get so caught up in feeling like we're running out of time because we're comparing ourselves to somebody we don't even fucking know. And the other crazy thing is, you're comparing yourself to somebody you don't know, and because you think that they're living a so-called quote unquote life, and you don't even know if they're living a life. You don't even know if they're happy. They could be lying. It's so many. I think the saddest thing is when I've watched documentaries like about like Marilyn Monroe and Princess Diana, like these really really famous women, and women that other women would be like, oh, I would give anything to live their life. And you learn how they were treated and you learn how their internal space is. And it's just like, damn, like I wouldn't want that. Nobody should get to live like that. I think about like Whitney Houston and how she was the first like black woman to really cross over, this literal black princess, and yet she couldn't love who the fuck she loved at the end of the day. And so it's like you are comparing yourself to other people, allowing it to lead you to sleepless nights. I actually just did a TikTok video about that, about people having sleepless nights because you're on social media all fucking day. You're literally strolling until you go to sleep. Wake up strolling. Guess what? That's it. That's energy. That's all you're doing is taking in other people energy. All you doing is taking in other people noise. If you are constantly inundating yourself with other people noise, how do you know how you feel? How do you know that you're okay? Because if you pick this up at any given time, it's gonna seem like it's a fire drill. It's gonna seem like, oh my God, the world is ending, something's going on. Because that's how they want you to feel. And so instead of allowing yourself to be in this state of sleepless nights, this is what the Nine of Swords is. It's like you have so much on your mind that you're unable to relax. And that's where we're using the social media wrong. It's not here for us to constantly compare ourselves to other people. It is here as a tool to help us get closer to our goals. And if you don't have a goal, and let me just say that, because I feel like I can hear somebody being like, you keep saying goals, everybody, because I get it, everybody's not ambitious. Everybody is not out here trying to live the best life that they can be. But you have to have a goal, baby. Like you're going to always feel like you don't have anywhere. You're just meaninglessly floating in life if you don't have a goal. And it doesn't have to be a goal of being a millionaire. A goal, it could just be, I want to be a homeowner. I want to be a homeowner. You can definitely use the social media to get that done. You can change the people that you can start following more homeowners. You can follow the people who are all about building up the credits. You can look at find the YouTube channels. Like this is what I'm saying. Okay, so say you do have your home. You don't know how to decorate it. You can find something on social media, educate yourself. You can find something on social media to help you with it. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the goal is. It could be, I just want to lose 20 pounds. Use social media to fuel you towards your goal, not to have you cause you more anxiety. Maybe if you have a goal, if you want to lose 20 pounds, maybe it's time to let some of those influencer go. Maybe you need to try to start looking at more stories about weight loss journeys. So all you gotta do is like a couple of them and then they just keep coming up on your feed. So it's like, again, instead of allowing it to make you feel like, oh, everybody's skinny and I'm not doing anything, maybe start feeding yourself content of people who felt like you, who felt like they didn't know what they were doing, but they slowly started to change themselves. I saw this video on my Twitter. I think it was on Twitter. And this is what I'm saying about like just setting your intention and trusting that the information that you need is going to come to you. And it was this girl who was just talking about like it's not really about how, how hard you work out in the gym or how well you eat. It's about consistency. And like she literally had this video of her. Actually, I saw two videos like this. I saw a video of a lady doing the Peloton every single day. And then I saw another lady of literally doing the same video from YouTube every single day. No weights, no nothing, just a 20-minute workout, and her doing it every single day. She put the clips in here so you can see the time lapse. And you can be like, oh wow, like I can do that. And now I'm motivated. There's this other lady who is also a writer. She's been talking about like how Pilates has been changing her life and how it transformed her body. And she was like, make sure you take pictures. And so that is encouraging me. It's another girl, this lady I follow from, I don't even know why I'm calling a lady. This girl I follow from New Orleans, she's a bigger girl, but she's been into bar lately. And she talked about how she like skipped a brunch date to go work out. And like, that's inspiring me to be like, you know what? I need to go find me a workout class that I really love. You see what I'm saying? It's like, instead of looking at the bad parts and focusing on the things that make you feel bad, focus on the things that make you feel good. Because this is the thing about social media. You are supposed to be using it like you are the emperor. You are the emperor, which means you're the main character of your life. You don't have to be at the wheel of everybody. That's why we got blocks. That's why we got filters. Like, yeah, it is kind of scary because you can kind of put yourself in this box where you only see what you want to see, but that's the beauty. That is the thing of social media. That's what this tool is all about. And so leaving this in our future position is saying use social media to get the support so that you can feel like the emperor of your life. And I use that again, that example of if you're trying to, lose 20 pounds, change the content that you take in more transformational journeys, and then you'll feel that support. You'll feel encouraged to go do that and maybe start putting out your own content. But with this, another thing that came out underneath this all is temperance, because with the education and temperance, it's like this tool of social media is teaching you how do you transmute your energy. This is your first check. I love that. Thank you. That is our first check for ourselves. If you're somebody who you're like, I'm not a meditation girl. I'm not a yoga girly. I don't do all of that. This is the best check. Look at your social media usage. Look at how it make you feel. Look at the content that you're taking in. Are you having sleepless nights? Is it filling you with anxiety? Is it helping you get closer to your goal? Or isn't it make you feel defeated? This is on you. And as I talk to you, I'm talking to myself as well. Because I have been the same girl that have looked at the social media and I'm like, oh, well, she got all these followers. Why can she have all these followers and I don't have all those followers? Why don't I get it? I've done it. It's human. But the difference is that I don't stay in that. A lot of you guys, you stay in the, oh, well, I'm 30, so I can't. It's like, what? Like, get to work. Use this motherfucker as a tool. This is the great equalizer. This is the one time where you don't have to really invest in anything to actually end up getting something. All you got to do is invest your time, maybe $20 for a mic, and showing up and allowing people to see you try. That's all you got to risk to actually live your dreams. Even if you're not super ambitious, just have the courage to step up and be the change you want to see in the world. Because you never know who may be waiting for whatever you are so afraid to step into. Use this thing as a tool and take your power back. Because that's what this reading is all about. From the intentions with the Six of Wands is saying, set your intention, allow it to lead you to victory. Don't use it to have you in this place of having sleepless nights. When you are feeling yourself that way, then you need to relax. You need to unfollow. You need to change the content that you're taking in, and so that you can support yourself better and you can feel like the emperor of your life. Our guardian angels and ancestors want us to know that this social media is a tool to help us transmute energy, to get education about ourselves, about what we need to make ourselves feel okay. You can go look up anything. I'm the type of person, I just don't believe in people who say, I don't know that. Like, I just think you're lazy. We're in the age where you can figure out any fucking thing if you have enough balls, time, and the resilience to get it done. The tools are there. And from this reading right here, our guardian angels and ancestors are saying all you got to do is set your intentions, relax, and your support will show up. We're overthinking it. We're making it more hard. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself, because I was just telling you how I was feeling so overwhelmed. And I'm like, oh my God, am I not promoting enough? Or I'm not. And guess what? The three eagles, the three hawks came. It says, stay above it. You don't need to get into the noise. You don't need to get into the weeds. And it also is even making me think about like me stopping. Maybe I don't need to stop freelancing, because again, it's not, I need to worry about my intention and just trust that what I put into it, I get back out of it. If my intention is to get more like-minded people, it doesn't matter all those people who are engaging in the comments. If there's just one person that come and find honestly sis, that's a win, right? I just feel like our guidance this week is like, don't use it as a tool. Use it to support you. Use it to send you to victory, because it is our great equalizer. All right, dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, give us a tool that we can use to just really ground this message down, clarify this message of intention, relaxation, support, and education, along with the Six of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Emperor, Justice, and Temperance. What do you want us to know about social media? How can we really use it as the tool that it's supposed to be, so that we can get that support, so that we can see our power? How can you lead us to victory? Teach us how to transmute these energies. In God's name I pray. Ashe. All right. One tool only. One tool only. Thank you. All right. And the tool that came out is the materialized, excuse me. The tool that came out is the physical me is materialized spirit. Some say that you should not want money at all, because the desire for money is materialistic and not spiritual. But we want you to remember that you are here in this very physical world where spirit has materialized. You cannot separate yourself from the aspect of yourself that is spiritual. And while you are here in these bodies, you cannot separate yourself from that which is physical or material. All the magnificent things of a physical nature that are surrounding you are spiritual in nature. Do you think God is bigger than the internet? Do you think God can? You don't think God can use the internet? I literally just went to Gracie Corner. I took my not even 2 year old. I took my 1.9 year old nephew to go see Gracie Corner, a little black girl that was on the internet making up educational songs for kids. You think God can't use the goddamn internet? Come on now. And this is also with this card coming out, God wants you to accept that you want to be wealthy. This is the problem when and this is how they tricking us. When you say all billionaires are evil, all billionaires are evil, you are also saying, I think money is evil. I don't want to be rich, it's evil. No. What they do with their money is what they do with their money. You need to accept that you want what you want. And this card is telling you it's not bad for you to want what you want because guess what? We're in a very physical world. You're going to want physical things. And it doesn't make you less spiritual because you want to be financially wealthy. 2 or 3 years ago, I literally felt like God being like, you need to admit that you want fame. Admit it. Admit it, girl. Just admit it. Stop trying to act like you just want to be, I just want to be this. I just want to be known for my writing. No, girl, I don't even move like somebody want to just be known for their writing. If I wanted to just be known for my writing, I could just work on a goddamn book. But is that what I'm doing? No, because that's not what I want to be known for my mind. I want to be known for my intellect. I want to be known for creating a community of like minded people. I want to be known for actually changing this motherfucking world. Period. I'm amending it. I want to be known as an intellectual. I want to be known as a lover and messenger of God. And that takes a lot for me to say because baby, I'm like, your messengers don't have a good track record. Okay, God. It's really not fun to be your messenger, Jesus. I'm not trying to be like Jesus out here. But guess what? He told me you don't have to be like Jesus because Jesus already came and went. We're not doing that song and dance again. Nobody is coming to save us. We have to save ourselves, baby. And all I'm going to do is give you just the tools to help me out. This is what helped me. And I'm just going to pray it help you as well. And so the tool, you need to understand that also the physical me is materialized spirit. It also, with the materialized spirit, it is saying your digital you is you. So just like I said in the beginning of this message, don't think that you can go being a troll on the internet and that troll ass energy is not going to come up in your life. You cannot separate yourself. And also, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I want you to understand that the reflection of this physical world is a reflection of the spiritual world. And so if the physical world is in chaos, the spiritual world is also in chaos. Do with that information as you will. There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is no escaping this simulation called life. So the best thing, instead of waiting for this great victory or waiting for this great return of God, is not happening. Save yourself. And you save yourself by recognizing that the physical you, the digital you, the spiritual you is all you. And so you have to make sure that you are setting your intention and that you are being very clear about how you are directing your energy and how you're using your energy. Because how you direct, what you give your energy to, you give, it comes right back to you. Where your attention goes, the energy flows. And so if your attention is going to a bunch of bullshit, guess what? That's what's gonna come back to you. A whole bunch of bullshit. Okay. Last thing, my attention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. I just want you to know I didn't did you hear me shuffle? I did not shuffle. It literally was right here. So you again about this relaxation. Where your energy goes, where your energy goes, where your attention goes, the energy flows. So it is on you again to become the emperor of your life. You don't become the master of your life. You don't become the alchemist of your life. You don't tap into your Christ consciousness of your life by being a victim. Oh, nobody believe in love anymore, so I can't believe in love. Oh, there's no more good girls out there anymore, so I don't believe in what? You sound stupid. If everybody jumped off the bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge? Lately, I have been saying to myself, well, if I'm here and if I'm single, then he got to be single. He got to be there. It got to be at least, there is millions and billions of people in this world. There got to be one man for me. Period. And guess what? Now I need to just relax in that. That's the problem is you think that God is Santa Claus and that you have to tell him your list every New Year's Eve, and that if you do not reiterate to God over and over your Christmas list, then you can't get your things. And baby, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. God is not Santa Claus. God created you so you can create your life. Ooh, nobody want to hear that. We always say we was made in Christ's image, but then when we start talking about having God powers, now it's blasphemous. Like, I'm gonna let y'all live. I'm gonna let y'all live because I can feel myself verbally hitting some of y'all over the head. So I'm gonna let y'all live. But what do you choose to believe? Who do you choose to be? What is your intention for your life? You can be, I'm not ambitious. I don't, fine. But you gotta want to go somewhere. You gotta want something to change in the next 5 years. Set your intention. Talk that way. Be that way. Was I saying this last week? I don't even know if this was like on a channeling or something, but it's like a lot of y'all are like waiting to live this dream life, and you could just be living that shit today. I want your homework for this week. Write down your ideal dream life. What does it look like? What do you do? How do you wake up? What do you eat? What do you wear? Who do you talk to? Where do you go? What activities do you do? Do you work out? Are you waking up early? Do you wake up late? Do you wear makeup in the morning or not? And then I want you to make a list of what you're doing today. And guess what? I bet you can look at that list and you'll be like, oh, wait, I could start waking up early today. I could go ahead and start going to that Pilates class today. I could start thrifting this weekend. I could start changing my closet and trying to be a bad bitch today. I could start wearing makeup every day tomorrow. Like, why are y'all like waiting? Like, so many people are waiting for like something to happen for them to live their lives, and you're going to be waiting forever because you are the emperor of your life. You are the god of your life. There is no Santa Claus. There is no checklist. There is nobody checking in and being like, hey, did you get it? No. And so if you're sitting here being like, well, God is not answering my prayers, maybe because that's not his function. His function is not to answer your prayers. Go talk to your ancestors. Go talk to your guides. Go talk to them to ask them for them daily damn tasks. You think the God of the universe has time for that? No. That's why we have these other entities. And that's why religion just don't work, because it's like God don't have time for all of this shit. That's why he created us. If you think if God wanted to be constantly answering people orders, he would not have created you. He just would have, I don't know, put himself in a mirror room. I don't even know. Like this wouldn't be here. But he don't have the time nor the energy to be out here trying to answer everybody's single prayers. I'm sorry. That's just not how this works. Last tool. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. For within every particle of the universe, there is wanted. Let's start over. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. Guys, I have, for the people who are not watching, I have the temperance card, because this is what you need to understand. This is what you need to understand about the duality of life. You need to know what you don't want to get what you do want. That's why it's so clear about setting your intention. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. For within every particle of the universe that is wanted, as well as the lack of that which is wanted. When you focus upon the unwanted aspect of something in an effort to push it away from you, it only comes closer. Because you get what you give your attention to, whether it is something that you want or not. It is up to you to focus upon and attract what is wanted. Because you get what you give your attention to, whether you want it or not. And so if you don't want something in your reality, the way to get it out of your reality is not okay. Let me break this up. So if you have something in your reality that you do not want in your reality, the way to push it out of your reality is to ignore it and to instead focus on what you do want. But you constantly complaining about it, you sending text message about it, you writing poems about it, you tweeting about it. All that does is bring more and more and more and more to you. That's why I stopped talking about nobody gets me. I don't even want to fucking hear that story no more. I'm not going to beat that drum anymore. Because guess what? Beating that drum makes that our reality. That's why a lot of us, we grow up, we're growing up and we're getting older, but we're not growing up because you're still beating that drum from being teenagers. That's why you have to I had to mentally, physically tell myself, Amber, you are 34 years old, boo. Oh, wait, I'm 35. You are 35 years old, boo. I don't want to hear that shit about you in high school no more. I don't want to hear that shit about people don't understand me. I don't want to hear that shit about I was teased. You are 35 years old. Ain't nobody fucking teasing you no more. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the story. I don't want to hear it. And so I had to literally, physically, every time I heard myself say a story, say something else. Now when I find myself beating that drum about, oh, I can't believe me and Tay. I thank Tay so much for everything he bought for me. Give it back. So this is my thing. We have to become the emperor of our lives. We have to learn how to support ourselves and stop feeling like we are at whim to everybody else. If you find yourself constantly repeating stories from your childhood, from your teenage years, from wherever, stop it. Even if you have a friend or you have somebody else, stop them. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, but I don't want to dwell on that part of my life no more. I'm trying to move past that. It is on you to become the emperor of your life. All right. All right. Last message. And I'm going to get y'all on out of here. I really love this message. This message is all about no longer being a victim to social media, no longer allowing ourselves to be victim to social media, but really using social media as a tool, because it is the great equalizer. It is a place where we can get our just due. It is a place where we can create our own ecosystems. And so our guardian angels and guides are saying if we just would set our intention on where we want to go, how we want to use it, what type of communities we want to build it, and then start acting, speaking, and moving in that way, and relax when we see things coming up or when we find moments of anxiety coming up, then we will become the emperor of our life, and then we will start seeing the support. When we learn how to transmute our energy and only focus on our goals, then we will get the mentor that we're looking for. Then that's how the guidance come in. But you can't be comparing yourselves to other people. You can't be constantly complaining, because we get what we want whether we remember it or not. And the other thing that you need to focus on is that your digital life is you. There is no such thing as a digital life and a physical life. It is still you. So if you're a troll on the internet, you're going to be having trolling energy in your life. So I really want you to just focus on, oh my God, focus on making sure that you are showing up as the most honest version of you. I actually redid the Honestly Sis website. That's why I keep driving y'all to it. But I really set the focus and changed it to being an honest society, and like letting us know that, this thing about honesty is not just about speaking in words, but it's about a mindset. It is about a lifestyle. It is about showing up honestly, digitally, and in our real life. It's talking about living honestly, privately as well as in the public eye as well. And I just want to just leave this here for some of you guys that are nervous or feel as though the algorithm is against you, or that you are not able to use social media to create this fantastic career. Underneath everything that I just said is this, my literally my favorite card in the whole deck. It is, I can earn a living doing what I love to do. Literally, when I feel moments of trapped, when I feel moments of anxiety, when I feel myself comparing myself to other people, I just tell myself, I can earn a living doing what I love to do. I have to read it. I'm sorry. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, in time, your pleasure will become the dominant vibration within you. And then, as you couple your pleasure with your means of earning, the two will blend perfectly and enhance each other. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, setting your intention, that's your mindset. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, that means you are being consciously aware about how you speak over yourself and how you speak about your dreams. In time, your pleasure will become your dominant vibration. And so not only are you speaking about better things, you're feeling better. And when you are feeling better and you are speaking better, then that becomes your dominant vibration. Remember, we're energy management. When you are doing those things, and this is where it's saying it doesn't matter if you have the money, it doesn't matter if you're connected to the people. It is saying if you set your intention and you only speak positive things over that dream, and you only feed positive energy towards that dream, and when you do have your moments of anxiety, or when you do have your moments of staying up at night, you allow yourself to feel it so you can get the information about why am I feeling anxiety, what do I need to work on. But then you relax, because you know that it's going to happen for you. And then you relax. Once you relax, you set your intention, because you can't get the same, the problem is on the solution is on a different problem than your frequency. So that's why you have to relax. Once you can relax, then the solution will come in, and that is how you can have your dream life. You see what I'm saying? It first comes from your setting your attention. So the thoughts that you are thinking, And then you are speaking a better split feeling story. So you're speaking better. And then when you are thinking and speaking better, then you are moving differently. You are moving in the direction. That's a true intention. That's how you set your intention first in your mind, and then in the way you speak, and then in your actions. And that is what's going to lead you to victory, to having this dream life. And then as you couple your pleasure with your means of earning, that means you are now you feel better, you feel better, you move better, you speak differently. And so that means as you are working on that endeavor, putting it out on social media, it is getting nothing but pleasure energy. It's beaming, beaming, beaming. Somebody's got to find it. If it's not an investor, it's the audience. And once you have the audience, once you can build your own little ecosystem, you're out of here. And so that's why our guardian angels and ancestors don't want us to worry about who's going to find us. They really want us to first focus on feeling good, telling a better feeling story, being mindful of the energy that we're putting into our endeavors. This is my day off, and I'm literally doing this before I go do anything else because it makes me feel good and because I believe in this. I want this to work. This is going to work. You see what I'm saying? There is no better way to earn money than to do the things you love. Money can flow into your experience through endless avenues. It is not the choice of craft that limit the money that flows, but only your attitude towards the money. And that is why social media is the great equalizer. There are kids on YouTube getting paid for playing with fucking toys. Money can flow into your experience through endless avenues. It is not the choice of craft that limits the money that flows, but only your attitude towards the money. You have to change the way that you are looking at social media and looking at yourself in the social media landscape, and you have to use it as a tool. You have to look at that algorithm as an extension of God and being like, it's going to find the people. I'm going to find my audience. I just got to put it out there. I just got to trust that if I put all this good energy into it, I put all of these good vibes into it, it got to find its tribe. Okay? All right. Oh my God, doubling down. My career is one of creating a joyful life experience. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And that is why God really wants us to use the internet. The digital you is the physical you. So why wouldn't you use it to show up to be your best self? Why wouldn't you use it to put the energy into it? It's like doubling up on your energetic center, on your energetic signature. And so if you are a positive person in real life, you're a positive person online, you're positively talking about your dreams, it's like boom, 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 boom. You're just signaling off positive, 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 and you're able to go up that energetic spectrum. But when you find yourself comparing yourself to other people, or you're like, oh, my business is not as popping as hers, I'm not going viral, that's where we get in trouble. Okay, I gotta stop talking. Last message, God, clarify this message. Or do we need to go here? Or should I just leave it? And clarify this message of intention, relaxation, support, education, justice, the 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, the Emperor. God, what do we need to know? Allow no room for dark confusion in me and the people mind. I'm really feeling like that's it, y'all. Yeah. Let's see. Trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? I'm going to leave it there. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? And the other one, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. It's happening. This is what we can use the internet for. This is why it's the great equalizer, because we can literally create heaven on earth. And it is already happening. We just have to be patient and allow it to happen. We have to relax and focus on what we can focus on and not get caught up in all the other BS. All right. All right. I do feel. I'm sorry. I do feel like somebody's like, oh, but you said you was gonna give us one tool. I mean, I gave y'all like three tools, so that's why I'm like, I don't want to overdo this message, but I will leave y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with this trust your path message because it's an inquiry. Yeah, and the other one's a transmission. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna look at both of them. Let me see which one. Whichever one is shorter, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna have to chop and screw the mess out of this. Mm, trust your path 54. Damn. I gotta read both of them. All right, last message. Trust your path. The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you cannot go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest calling of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year you would have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in a year from now, you would turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path. Let your soul lead the way. Your inquiry for this week. If you knew you would be supported no matter what would you do? If you knew you would be supported no matter what would you do? I don't want to beep beep because that's everything I've already said. So, last message, Lemuria. Lemuria creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Lemuria Amu is one of Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on Earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply revered to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are a part of the transition team who, at a soul level, are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs of the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own communities, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are all alone, you are truly not. There are hundreds and thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemurian crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you are doing and remember the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. So I'm going to want you to put your hand on your heart and touch and agree with me as I say this. I hold the coals of Limeria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. I hold the codes of Limeria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. I hold the codes of Limeria and believe that heaven really could be a place on earth. So and the last unbound release soul pattern contracts and past lives. Guys, that is all the message I have for you this week. 12:12 on the clock as I am ending this. It's time, y'all. It is time. The first shall be last, and heaven is going to come on earth. And all you got to do is just set your intention and know that what you want is coming. Y'all, if you want any of these tools, please make sure that you reach out to me at honestlysis@gmail.com. If you ever want to be a part of a live, make sure that you check out www.honestlysis.com. Join our mailing list. There you will be able to get exclusive content, pick a card readings, as well as get an update. Get a heads up on when we go live next. Last but not least, while you are on honestlysis.com, go ahead and go on our offering tab and subscribe to our YouTube page. That is where we go live, and where I post all types of things from my TikTok on the shorts. I talked about the Gilded Age, that pop culture segment. All of that good stuff is over there. So make sure you check it out. All right, y'all. I am going to get out of here. I got to go run a couple of errands before I head on down to Alabama. But I hope that you have a great rest of your week. If you love this message, if you love this podcast, please, please, please go ahead and subscribe to it, share it to your social media timeline, tell a friend, so that we can, ascend together and help bring heaven on earth, right? All right, y'all. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. I am so grateful to be able to be here with you guys to share this information. And I really, truly believe that we can help bring heaven on earth. So thank you, friend, for helping my dreams come true. Now get your ass out there and work on your own, okay? All right. Set that goal, whether it is a goal to lose 20 pounds or a goal to become a homeowner. I don't care what it is. Set a goal, and I'll meet you at the top. Talk to you later, friend. Bye bye.